Welcome back to Villa Famiglia, everybody. It is week 57 on this project, and there is a ton to walk through today. We have siding completed, we have soffit completed, we have drywallers inside the house cranking up the drywall and getting mud on the walls as well. There is a ton of things to share with you. Let's go have a look. Okay, so behind me here, you can see the masons still have their scaffolding up. I'm guessing they're coming back later today to start taking that down. But we have now got all the masonry up from the deck all the way to above the roof line there. But it looks phenomenal. And it's really going to be a statement piece and feature of this home as you walk up towards the front door, right? So behind Kyle is the street. That's the front door right there. So, you know, this exposure is really going to give that warm, homey feeling. And that's what these clients were looking for when we designed this home, right? They're gonna have like a little balcony out front here, cute little railing, front door. I think we're doing Trex decking here. So it is gonna look really, really good once it's all done. Obviously, we're, constantly making progress, and, getting to drywall was a huge, huge milestone for this project especially. So yeah, it's really exciting to see how things are coming together. I'm excited to see the next steps, of course. Okay, so behind me here, we have the pros from Proper Ceilings and Walls getting bored on the ceilings right now. They're figuring out what's going on in terms of pot lights, where they gotta cut in holes. And so again, to my beloved friends that were flaming me in the comments about my rant about pot light trims, come here. We put mud rings in the ceilings. We do our very best. Nonetheless, and these guys are professionals. This is all they do all day, every day. And I will tell you, almost every hole is perfect. But that's almost every hole. And it is super annoying to have to deal with the holes that don't work out so well. So I'm just saying, if we had a little bit more leeway on those pot light trims, sure goes a long way to make everybody's life a lot easier. We're in the primary bedroom here. We've got board on the walls and the ceilings. Beautiful vaulted ceiling, looking fantastic. We have got our second coat or load coat of mud on the walls. So all looking good. So at least for our guys, generally speaking, what we see them doing is we have the tape coat. Tape goes on the drywall, right? And they get all the tape on. And then the next day they come back, and that's when they use generally the most amount of mud on the job is load coat. And what they do is they fill all of those compressed edges together, get everything looking decent. They'll come back, they'll knock this down and have it look a little bit better than it does. And then they'll do the final polish coat. And so most of the drywall that I see getting done for us anyways is at least a 3-step process. Depending on how tricky things are, it can be 4 steps. But generally speaking, it's tape, load, polish. And that's how most of the drywall that I see getting installed is done. Love to know what you guys see in your neck of the woods. We've got everything all cut out. Everything looks symmetrical, like it should. Lots of natural light coming in here. It is hot as balls up here though. We have the heat cranking because we need the mud drying. One of the things you can see is I was here last night at like 3 o'clock. It's basically 9 o'clock in the morning right now. And you can still see that the middle of this load coat is still a little bit wet. Even though it's super hot in here, it still takes a while for this mud to completely dry out. So they can't really come back and do much to this until this is totally dry. But they'll be back, I'm guessing later today or possibly tomorrow to finish doing this stuff here. Because of course there's other areas of the home that also need love and attention. So anyways, upstairs looking really, really good. Here we've got the his and hers vanity. Over here, la toilette. To Kyle's right, we have the shower, so beautiful built-in niche, well, soon to be beautiful built-in niche. We've got the window that is just letting so much natural light pour in here, absolutely beautiful. And then this is where the tub will sit, and the tub has its own niche as well. So that's pretty cool, I think anyways. What do you think? Now you know things are going well in your life when your walk-in closet has a vaulted ceiling too. So if all we're having to deal with are tapered edges, then life is good, right? Very easy to mud tape, make look good. So This room looking great, but we're gonna show you another room where we do have butt joints. Let's go take a look. So while what is above me might look like a mistake to the uneducated or the non-knowledgeable viewer, this is actually good to go. And the reason and how that is good to go, we are using butt board. And what this does is this actually causes the drywall to curl up at the butt joint so that it basically has the same sort of dynamic and aesthetic or effect as, you see how it's got a bit of a V to it there, Kyle? It goes like this. This is sitting up here behind the drywall, and that's actually pulling the drywall butt ends up so that it basically acts exactly the same as a tapered edge. Okay, so we're now down in the basement here. We have got the ceilings all done, a lot of the walls. It's a bit of a war zone down here, if I'm being honest with you, because the guys are literally getting the finishing touches on the boarding. And then once they've got all the board on the walls, they'll come through, clear out all of the debris, and get ready for mudding and taping. So in here, we've got this bedroom with ensuite, fully boarded, looking great. And again, like I was saying upstairs, Kyle, we've got only tapered edges in this room, right? Just makes the mudder's job that much easier. And if you're a DIYer, you want to do this too. Dealing with tapered edges, really easy to make this look good. Butt edges are really when you pay the pros to do a good job because it requires a little bit more skill, knowledge, and technique. Of course, those butt joint thingamajogs that we're talking about upstairs, already forgot what they're called. No brain. They also help, but if you're only dealing with tapered edges, as somebody who has done DIY drywall in the past, getting tapered edges to look good, relatively easy. Getting butt joints to look good, quite a bit more difficult. All right, so here is the catastrophe of a basement suite. There is drywall shrapnel everywhere. And of course, you know, James probably will be none too happy with me showing that this is what the site looks like today. But you know what? It is what it is. And at the end of the day, like the guys literally just finished doing this work yesterday afternoon. So like we're here, we're hot on their heels. And I think it's important to show people like the true progress and process of things, right? Like to expect your job site to be immaculately clean at the end of every day is just a fallacy. Now, making sure that it's cleaned at least once a week and it's safe and tidy for people to work in, I think that that is something that we should all be striving to do. But again, you know, when the guys are in the middle, in the thick of things, they're getting their job done. Somebody will be here today, and I promise you by the end of the day today, down here is gonna look totally different again. And that's just the process of getting this type of work done. This face of the house is completely done now. Obviously we have a few odds and sods to get finalized in terms of lighting fixtures and paint and that sort of thing. But I mean, this is clean, it looks good. When you're looking down the side of the house, there's very little in and out waviness. Again, when you hire professional tradespeople to do what they do, that is the kind of result you should expect to get. What you should expect when you hire the cheapest tradesperson. What you should expect is on your siding, you're gonna expect to see this siding go waving in and out. You're gonna expect to see butt joints on top of one another. You're gonna expect to see hack jobs in the middle of here. You're gonna expect to see flashing that isn't straight, level, or true or plumb. And I don't know that this one is perfect quite yet, but it's on the way. We have ways to get that looking so that it is to our level of standard, right? But if you hire the cheapest trade, it's gonna look like crap, I guarantee it. So we are here on the main floor deck, and sorry for squinting, the sun is blinding me here. Nonetheless, looking so good. And above me, beautiful soffit, ready to go. So we did beaded vinyl soffit for the most part of the house, but where the clients are gonna sit and hang out, right? There's gonna be a dining room table here, lounging area over here. We figured, let's kick it up a notch for where they're gonna hang out a lot. And don't forget, we've got these really cool column details going on over here. So again, like a lot of really neat things happening on this balcony. It is going to be a beautiful place to hang out. And look at the amount of natural light that it gets on a regular basis. Like we're 9 o'clock in the morning and beautiful. And that's due south that way, more or less. So sun, 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 all day, son. That's a wrap on today, everybody. Listen, if you have a home you've been thinking about renovating, we would love to be your partners in success. You can call us, find us on the web. We'd love to connect. Also, it would mean so much to us. We put a lot of work into producing this content for you. If you would subscribe to the channel and like the video, that goes a long way to helping us out and kind of making us feel like what we're doing is valuable. In the meantime, stay awesome. Catch you on the next one. Bye now.